Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I've just purchased a threshold cover for barn door. I don't really want to go into depth with reviewing that and unboxing and things, but I'd just like to say I've had a look at quite a few people who are selling them, whether it be Campervan, V-Dubs, I think it's V-Dubs, is it? Van X, Travelling Light. And I've got a few reasons why I went with who I went with. I actually went with Travelling Light because I've bought things off them before. I got my shark eyes for my headlights, shark eye headlights for front of the van, and a few other things. And when I looked at the price, was a main thing as well, obviously. And as it stood when at the time when I was looking, they were the cheapest that did it. And thirdly, I found that when I looked at other people who were selling them, they didn't actually sell the threshold with the screw caps. You had to buy them separate. Now if you buy them separate, they're a good £7 or £8, I think. So this comes with everything that I've got now, and even comes with the polyurethane backing part in the inside that replaces where it sits when you've got the smaller version of the basic small threshold that comes with a works van or whatever. But I think that's it anyway. So I'm going to unbox it now, show you, we'll see what quality's like of it, and then we'll see about fitting it. Right, so here we are. This is it. We'll where's the opener? We'll get it out of the box and see what it looks like. They all look pretty much the same when you look at them, and to be fair, they probably are. But like I say, I went for this one because it came with the caps. And the V-Dubs one might come with caps, I don't know. But anyway, they made a point that, right, those caps there, 6 of them, so you get 6 caps. And then this is the main threshold here. So that's the, if you can see, that's the quality of it there. And they look pretty good. Now through that, and that's that polyurethane back part. So that's obviously that sits where the smaller threshold that I'm going to be taking off. That's where that sits. That comes off as well. It just pops off. He says, right. So that's the something rattling in here. What's here? Probably my receipt or something. Oh, my screws, my screws. And then these should be my screws. Oh. Oh, right, okay. Right, well. Wow. So, right, so I've got caps there, and I've got my screws in this bag, and more caps. So I've got 2 lots of caps. I don't know if they made a mistake doing that, I don't know, but I'm up on the caps there, aren't I? That's alright. So, buzzing. Right. Oops. Right, so, yeah, so that's pretty much it. I was just more wanted to show you the quality of it, really, and that I knew I got it from, and why I chose who I chose, because, like I say, the caps are, to me, are part of the thing itself, you know what I mean? Without the caps it looks unfinished. So if they're going to sell caps with it at the price that they're going to pay, they're going to, sell the other ones at without the caps, then it makes sense to get the caps, doesn't it? And pay the same price and get the caps. Anyway, that's enough waffling. Right, so I'm going to have a do at fitting this, and we'll see how it goes. Right, got back at van again now. I seem to spend most of my time at the back of this van, I'll tell you. Right, I'm going to take this gooseneck off now and move that rail that I've got here. I'll show you now. I'll turn it around and show you. Right, need to obviously remove the gooseneck. I'm going to remove this aluminium strip that I've got on here, and then we'll see about taking this off. I think it's actually held on with I think the Torx of some sort. Torque screw. Take them out of there. There's one. Ooh, that was odd. That's two. Are they Torx? Do you know, there's that much crud down there I can't see. Right, bear with me a sec, I'll stand camera somewhere so I can have a look. Right, let's have a look. I think I've got a cap in here. Let's get one thing right. Right, get rid of all your little caps. Take all your caps out. Oh my days. Like that. Little caps out, little caps. Them two at the front are like that, they're a different cap. And then you get your, it's a T20 Torx, but this is a long one. You'll probably be able to get it with a short one, but these ones here, the middle ones, they're quite deep. So you might need a longer socket. Ooh, I thought that weren't going to come out then. That's a T20 Torx. Like I say, I've got a longer one. I don't think the short one will fit. What I'm saying? Right. That's one. And you'll find that it probably got quite a lot of cack in them. Bit of crud, bit of rubbish, bit of, yeah. It'll look a bit filthy when you take it out because it's oil. It's on that, not nice. So you take all these out, obviously, and we'll see what we've got. So there's 4 of them. So take them out. Oh, and now my carpet's over the top of it. So pull that back a bit. Might actually cut this carpet and get rid of this bit because it's, depends if it's in my way or not. If it's not in my way, then it's a bit of extra insulation and stuff. So pull it back like that. And don't let me switch it around. Right, so I switched it around now, so it's, oh, I knocked my camera out my hand. Right, so I put carpet back there. There were caps there, obviously. I've got them out of the way. So, oh, look at that mess under here. Right, get that out to there. Oh, drill bit. Snap drill bit. Right, so you've got all this cack under here. So obviously these parts here are where your screws go. So I presume that under here somewhere, I think that's one there where my finger is. Hang on, that's one. Move these out. Sorry. Right. So I think that's one there where my finger is, and that's another one there. So these, like screw, I don't know what would you call it, a screw retainer or whatever you want to call it, like you'd have a wall plug in a wall. So you can feel one there. I can feel one there. And then obviously I can feel one there and one there. So I presume that it'd be alright just to screw it back in, but I think this needs a good clean up, so I think I better trim this a bit. I don't think I need to trim that at all, to be fair. No, I'll trim that down a little bit and then I'll clean it up a bit and we'll see what's what. So I'm after taking all these screws out here to take this panel off. Obviously I took the gooseneck off now on here. I want to tidy all this up and all this, clean all this out. I'll have to take this rubber off, this rubber I've got here, because there's carpet behind there and there's a lip obviously that rubber sits on. So I want to tidy all that up and get rid of all that gunk under there. So when you come back in a minute, all that should be sorted. So I pulled up carpet off, got all rubber out of the way and that now. So all I've done is tidied that carpet up. Tidied carpet up there, so I've just trimmed it there, and these are the points where your screws will go. There, one there, one there, one there, and one there. Mine won't be as straightforward as everybody else's though, because mine never is. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to clean all this up. When I put the threshold on, it comes to about here. Well, I should say about there. So I've got about 15-20 mil where I haven't got anything covering it, so I'm going to have to put another piece of wood in here because my wood stopped short, and then I'm going to have to put another piece in there. But I'm going to clean this up and see what's what. But for anybody who's got the same sort of, who's doing the same sort of thing or wants to do the same sort of thing, just bear that in mind. It's worth remembering, because if it doesn't come out far enough, you're going to have a gap. Right, we're a bit more cleaned up now. Used a bit of card cleaner on it. If there's any spots where it's rusty and stuff, now's a good time to, not depending on how old your van is, if it's no girl like this one, then it's worth doing. If you see any spots or anything, or edges, get a bit of something on them. Right, so what I need to do is I need to put another piece of wood on here with a bit extra carpet, but as it stands for now I can put the threshold on it. So what I'm going to do is put the threshold on, and I'll show you where it screws down. Right. Oh, well. Excuse me. Put that on there. I'll show you in a minute where mine's actually falling short. But it might not do it with yours, because you might not have a cack-handed floor like I've got. Right, I'll show you where it screws down. Right, so if we look through these where screw holes are there, you can actually look down inside and you can actually see where the mounting points are there for it screws. You can't see, well, you can sort of see that one, I think. That's the middle, they're the middle ones, and then the ones at that far end, there's one there and one there, so they all screw down. But like I said, from mine, my floor is that far short, so it's that far short. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to bolt it down, get it lined up and that, and then all screwed down, and see what I'm at, because I can always do my floor later on at some point, but I'll just, you don't need to see that. That's that's something I have to sort out. Right, I'm going to get screws out. Here's another thing to point out. I've just opened it up and I only got 2 screws. So the original threshold had 4 T20 torque screws in. You want to keep them, because obviously, I mean, that might just be their mistake, I don't know, but it makes sense to have them 4 and them 2 they've just sent me to make the 6, so don't get rid of them. So because these T20 torque screws aren't the newest of screws, I'm putting these to near the end, because obviously the centre ones are a bit deeper, and if they were to break, then I won't want it to cause me too much messing, you know what I mean? Where if I've got screws on the outside, screws on the inside, the newer ones, if you get what I'm saying, it's a bit less, it's a bit more shallow on the outside than what it is on the inner part. So right, finally there. The threshold's in, but I'm going to have to take it out and mess about and do all sorts of stuff with it to get this floor right at the back, because that's my van, that's nothing to do with threshold. Right, so I'll turn it around and let you have a look. Right, as far as the threshold's concerned, it's great, it's excellent, it's really good. But like I said, my floor, when you look there, you can see how much of a gap there is there. My thing goes right down it, so now I'm going to have to I'm gonna have to sort this floor out. But as far as looking neater, it looks miles better back at van now. I mean, obviously it goes up there, up floor, but that's my floor. I need to trim that bit of floor there, and I just need to make it look neater. Right, that's it for the video. What can I say? My floor is knackered on my van. Well, it's not knackered, it's just really short. But apart from that, the threshold sits where it's supposed to sit, the screw's going where you're supposed to be. But just remember, when you take the old one out, keep them for T20 torque screws, and if you can, give them a good clean, give them clean up and that, because they're going to be full of caked in stuff, and they're not going to look the best. So if you keep them, use the 2 screws at this end, unless they send you 6 screws, I don't know. Might have sent me less screws and more caps, I don't know. Right, so I'm going to say if you've liked this video, but if you found it informative in any way, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and don't forget to leave your comments, and I'll see you on the next video. Stay safe. Ta-da for now. Bye. Right, I couldn't leave it at that. I had to sort that floor out. So I were out with wood and a few carpet tiles, so I'll spin it around and show you what it's like now. It's all done now, and that's what we're at. Looks a bit better than it did. No, caps are in now as well.